Hey, it's Dr. Hinkle here. I just wanted to go over a few things to clarify some questions that I received. And so, um, first, let me go over the Action Research Project. So, for this project, what you're going to do is you're going to find or identify an area in your school and your work setting that might need some type of revamping or an evaluation of some sort. So let me come over here and let's define what is action research. So, action research is systematic inquiry done by teachers or other individuals in an educational setting to gather information about or subsequently improve the ways their particular educational setting operates, how they teach, and how well their students learn. So basically, what you're doing is you're picking an area, specific area within your school, your work, and you're wanting to improve it. And what you do is you do observations, you do evaluations, and then you implement them after you've done your research to see what has been done. How does this work? Is it working? And then you'll be able to go and implement your findings and what you've discovered. And so basically the ultimate goal is to improve your work and improve the way that the students are learning. So let me escape out of that. Okay, so for your action research, there's going to be 5 chapters. You're going to first you're going to identify your topic. So what type of evaluation do you want to do? I consider this also another term could be a program evaluation of a sort. So think of that of action research as like a program evaluation, but you're going to implement it, and that's the action part of it. So I am going to go over an example. So let's say you have a science hands-on experiment going on, hands-on type of curriculum, like some type of learning program in science where they're doing hands-on activities. So is that helping? It's new, you haven't done it before. So what's the data showing you? Are their test scores improving? Are their comprehension improving? Is their writing improving if you are doing writing with it? So you need to determine the effect that it's having. And so basically what you could do is you can conduct a action research project or your program evaluation on that and determine, okay, this is beneficial, this is helping, or this part is, but that part's not. So it's not going to just be like a one-time test and then you have all the answers. What you're going to do is you might discover one component, maybe we need to tweak this, and then you can go and implement that change, and then you can evaluate again. So it's like a cyclical cycle, and you're always going to be able to learn and to implement change. So another example would be maybe you're trying to find a solution to a problem. Maybe there's some students, and at a certain time of day they're arguing back and forth with each other, and so you want to figure out why is this happening, what can be implemented to help alleviate that, so that way we can have a higher level of academic achievement within the classroom, because when those type of things are going on, that's going to really hinder everybody else around them. So that could be an example, some type of behavioral approach evaluation. So you could do academic, you could do behavioral. You could look at test scores, of course, and evaluate how are we really doing compared to the state. Are these test scores really applicable to our students? Is it reflecting what we're actually doing here in the schools? So it's a great way just to kind of improve what you're doing and to see what's working and what's not working. So, and this project is going to be 12 to 15 pages in length, and that's going to include everything, your title page, your reference page. So it's not that extensively long. So don't let that alarm you. And then you're going to do it in pieces. And then also in the end, you're going to need about 12 references in your reference list, 12 to 15. There's 15 would be better. And then the first part is to identify the topic. So what you're going to do is just upload it into the Moodle, what your topic's going to be, and then I will give you some feedback. And then the next part is you're going to write your introduction. So you're just going to introduce what it is, why you're doing it, where's the setting, and those type of items. Then the next part, they say chapter 2, is going to be your literature review. So that's where you're going to actually do some research. You're going to write up what's been um, done about that, what information or knowledge is on your topic. So you have an idea of kind of where you're going to take this. The next part is your methodology. So, like, what are you going to do? Are you going to do observations? Are you going to do formative assessments, informative assessments? How are you going to evaluate your project, your research, your action research project? And so you'll write that chapter up. What are you doing? Where is it at? The next chapter, chapter 4, is your analysis of your results. So, what did your results find? Compare that to your introduction, why you did this, and compare it to what was found in the literature and discuss that. And then the final chapter is your conclusion and discussion. So that's when you're going to discuss, okay, this is what we found, this is what happened, and this is where we're going to take it to the next level. And so basically, this is something that you could implement into your school and say, okay, there's a need for this is what we could do. And then you can put that into your conclusion. And so this is something that is going to be very applicable to your work and where you're at, so that you can evaluate what works and what doesn't work. So this can be qualitative or quantitative in nature. You can decide, and you'll have a lot of prior knowledge on that from the course you took with me with research and education. So that's the first question addressed. So if you have any other questions, feel free to give me another email, and I will help you along the way. That's what I'm here for. Okay, the second question is our action research topic due? The one that's due, is it like a paper that we did for educational research? So I think I kind of just answered that yes and no. It's not going to be as extensive as far as conducting research that hasn't been done before. You're looking at a program or a system within the school, and you're evaluating it. So you do have components that align up. You will have an intro, you will have a literature review, you will have a methodology, but it's not going to be as labor intensive as it was for your paper that you did in educational research. Okay. So, and then the last question, it was over the curriculum unit assignment. Basically, that's going to be something that you are going to develop that you could teach. And it's not going to be something that is already developed at your school, in your workplace. It's going to be something completely new. It can expound on something that you're already teaching. Let's say you're doing like a space unit and you want to add, a different component to it, matter, or, stars, lunar eclipses. You could do like moon phases, just anything that you wanted to add to it. So, okay, let me go it this way. You're going to expound on your current curriculum, but it can be a new concept. So maybe you don't teach space and you want to teach that. That's something I was always fascinated in for astronomy. So you could do that. And it's going to be 8 to 12 weeks in length. So you're going to have 8 to 12 weeks in lesson plans. Okay. And each there's going to be different components to your unit. You're going to have different types of assessments in there, just like you would teach regularly. You're going to have your formative assessments. Those are the ones that are going on always. You can have, of course, your summative assessments, where those are your final tests. You're going to want to think about tiering assignments so that you can meet your different needs within the classroom. Hands-on lessons. So you're hitting all those different learning styles, and maybe also integrating it with other subjects. Okay. So different examples of a unit that you could do, a curriculum unit could be like you could do a book study. So you could pick a chapter book and do a book club book study. Like for elementary, middle school, you could do like the Narnia Chronicles, okay? And that's a good one to do. Um, you could do, I already said space, you could do something like on matter, geography, if you really think that's something that the students need. So just think, what do we need? What are some things that our students would be interested in doing? Because those are going to be things that you're actually going to actually be excited about creating and passionate about it, and then you can actually go in and you can implement this, and that would be fantastic, because you don't want to just spend all this time developing this fantastic curriculum and then never use it. Think, what do we need? I think another great way to kind of expound on a current unit would be to add your biblical integration into it. So really just add all of those scriptural additions to the unit and incorporate the Bible, the biblical worldview through that lens instead of just maybe a secular lens. So let me know if that answers your questions. And if you have any more questions, feel free, let me know. These are some big assignments that you're going to do, but we're going to do them over the course of the semester, and then that's it. I mean, that's all you're doing. So there's no program like reading textbook. You'll have your APA book, but that's it. So I think this will be very practical, hence the name of the class, practicum. So we want it to be practical. We want it to be applicable to your work setting and your education, and something that you can take away and do this again. So please let me know if you have any other questions, and y'all just have a fantastic Wednesday and the rest of your week. Take care. Bye bye.